Spain, Spain, Spain. Salut.
Salut. I have no idea what to order. Hello.
Hello.
Ha.
Don't eat the stick. First, sangria. You know, I don't think I've ever had a sangria in Spain.
Cobble streets. Spain is so pretty.
Wow. Thank you very much. Gracias. Thank you. Spain, Spain, Spain. Good morning, guys, from Bilbao, the capital of Basque Country. If you haven't been watching our videos, we are currently on a 7-day cruise with Princess Cruises, and last night we left La Rochelle, cruised throughout the night and arrived here in Bilbao this morning. This is actually an autonomous region and it has its own dialect, it has its own cuisine, it basically has a lot of its own stuff, and it's definitely warmer than it was in France. We're actually a 20-minute drive away from the port. We got the shuttle bus this morning and I'm very, very surprised. Was not expecting it to look like this. It's very mountainous, and one of my favourite things about towns and cities is when there's a river running through it. Right now we're standing on the Nervion River. That's my best accent. Sounded French. It's all in Spain the next couple of days. Bilbao, La Coruna. We need to get our Spanish accent
Oh
ready.
God, I don't think I can.
So the next couple of days are going to be all things Spain. We've got the afternoon exploring Bilbao before sailing a little further south to La Coruna. So there's going to be some sangria, there's going to be some paella, there's going to be some tapas. Actually, in Bilbao, do not call it tapas, but this is beautiful. It's got a lovely promenade leading alongside the river, palm tree lined, and it's a real mix. It's sort of like new meets old.
And that is the new. It definitely looks strange because the other side of the river you've got all of these like beautifully decorated older style buildings, and then you have this, a very, I say new, it is a little bit old, but it's a museum, the Guggenheim Museum for Modern and Contemporary Art. I'm not an art fan, can't lie to you, so
I don't know what to make of it. I really don't know what to make of it.
Very silver.
It doesn't match the city, but it sort of adds this striking contrast, which I like.
And it's basically the reason why lots of people do come to Bilbao, and it's made it quite famous.
They have even got a huge sculpture of a dog made entirely of flowers out the front, and they claim it is the largest flower sculpture in the entire world. This is a proper mix match of architecture.
They even have a humongous, creepy looking tarantula spider thing that I do not want to go near.
Salut!
Salut!
Cheers, we have made it to the old town. They have the quaintest little streets, and it's like 7 roads that all interconnect, and it's a little bit of a maze, but we have made it to Cafe Bar Bilbao. For one thing, not the beer, this is actually a Bilbao lager, which I need to try first, and then I'll explain why we have actually come here.
It's like a beer review show.
It is, we're becoming that. We're becoming a beer review channel. I hope we're not.
Is it good?
It's lovely, it's so refreshing, but let me put it down. We have come here for pintxos, which is basically the Bilbao's version of tapas. Don't say tapas. So we have to actually, in here, because it's really famous, this is the most famous place for it. There's no menu. So I said, can I see the menu please? He went, no, you have to go inside. Everything's in Spanish, so we need to go inside, have a look what we like, and get a few tiny little plates.
I think this is going to be pretty hard. Everything's in Spanish, which is expected, but I can't speak Spanish. I have no idea what to order. Hello.
Hello.
What is this one?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We've done quite a lot of research into what pintxos actually is, but I completely forgot that we have zero Spanish, and it was quite tricky picky in their pointing at certain things, but they look pretty spectacular. Supposedly, because of the Spanish heat, they eat these during the day, and it's basically the etiquette is to literally grab it, pick it, eat it, and leave. So this is a slightly more sophisticated way of doing it. Which one should I even try? Do you know what? I think I'm going to try the cheese one, because it's literally a ball of cheese crusted in nuts, and I think that's like very unique. Are you ready? Oh my god. Wait.
Don't eat the stick.
Oh my god, is it everywhere?
Nose, yeah.
Oh my god. I have no etiquette for eating them, but the jam is super sweet. Cheese is quite strong, but it's actually Basque cheese, so it's very specific to Bilbao, and the nuts are crunchy. The bread is good, but I thought they were meant to be small bites.
Two of the pintxos were amazing. One, I'm not so sure. It was a stuffed pepper with some sort of meat. I think it might have been tuna. So if you like seafood, perfect. If you don't, like myself, not the best. But each one was only €2 each. The value was amazing. It was really busy, but busy with locals, which is so nice to see. And the price is amazing. Sitting there on the main plaza, €2 a dish. You can't go wrong.
Europe's largest indoor market.
This was unexpected. We have already had lunch and we are ending up having a second lunch. We walked to Era market, which is supposedly, or is, the largest indoor market in all of Europe. Unfortunately, most people are taking their siesta, so a lot of the vendors are closed, but they do have a new bit that's been added recently, which is basically bars and restaurants. So I thought, why not? Second lunch, and we have a tortilla, which is basically a Spanish omelette. And what have you gone for?
I've gone for I think it's like a cheese, breaded cheese, like a cheese croquette, but
you just can't get enough of these, can you? And
no, I love them.
To accompany it, we have our first sangria. You know, I don't think I've ever had a sangria in Spain.
We've only ever had it in the UK. It's always
terrible.
Yeah.
It's really good. It reminds me almost of mulled wine, and I don't actually know what is in a sangria. Do you know?
I don't. I think it's red wine and orange juice.
I think. Anyway, I'm going to try this. It sort of doesn't make sense that it's on a tiny bit of bread and then you've got the huge omelette on top. But never mind, let's do this.
Is it just a plain omelette? Not a cheese or anything?
No. I don't know. I don't know how they make it so crispy.
Or just not fit the bread at all.
It's a thick. It's a really dense omelette.
We are back on the Sky Princess, and you might be able to see behind me that we are just about to say goodbye to Bilbao. Such a unique place to have explored. I'm glad we got to try the pintxos, I think it was. Is that how we say it? I think so. And we tried more than one of them in two different places.
Too many. I feel like they just do them everywhere. Supposedly you're meant to go on a pintxos bar crawl, so you combine it with wine or beer, and by the end of the night you're very drunk and you're very full. I
think we kind of did that, but we're not drunk and not very full. I'm obviously going to chill out on our balcony, watch Bilbao leave us in the distance as we head south to La Coruna, or A Coruña.
I'm not sure.
Or A. Good morning from A Coruña here in Spain. Last night we actually went up to the top deck to watch the movie Under the Stars, which is basically where they just show a film every night up at the top and you can sit and watch it and eat your popcorn. So that was really, really lovely.
We keep missing the movies at the Sun Deck Cinema, and today we are very lucky we have finally made one, and we just realised they have popcorn. It's got the biggest screen ever. I'm still not sure what film I'm watching though.
This is perfect. You literally sit in the bar with your beer and watch the full-size screen cinema on your ship. How crazy is that?
It's insane. How are we on a ship right now? We're in the middle of the sea.
We're cruising.
Cinema, bar, popcorn, beer. Perfect
what more could you want? and we sailed away from Bilbao and made it here to A Coruña this morning. It is pretty stunning. Luckily, when you leave the ship at the port here, you don't need to get a shuttle or a boat. You literally just walk off and you are right in the town. So that was really, really good for us because we've made it straight to the main square. It's so beautiful. The architecture is amazing and we have a few hours to explore. There's beaches, there's great viewpoints and hopefully some great Spanish food.
It really is a beautiful square, but nothing seems to be open. It is nearly midday and everything apart from one little cafe is open. I think everyone in Spain likes to have a bit of a lay-in, so we're gonna have to try and find somewhere else to go a little bit later. It's very quiet on the streets of Galicia. This is actually another autonomous region and it used to be a kingdom itself hundreds of years ago.
They have the most beautiful little side streets off of the main square with the multicoloured buildings, the cobbled streets. Spain is so pretty. We have definitely found the people of A Coruña. They've come here, the Tower of Hercules, which is actually only a 30-minute walk from the main square only. Yeah.
You were definitely struggling.
Yeah, I was. I'm sweating as well because it is very warm. But this is really cool. This is the only Roman lighthouse that is still in use today. It's really well preserved. You can even go up to the top of it, but it is very, very busy. So I think that we might just walk along the walls and check out the views. I feel like it's a really long queue to get in. Yeah, it is really, really busy.
This is seriously impressive. The tower actually dates back to the 1st or 2nd century. Can you hear that behind me? It's really unique. There's a few guys leading up to the lighthouse playing what look like and sound a bit like bagpipes, but I feel like it's Galicia's answer to bagpipes. So I'm not quite sure what it is, but the views from up here are spectacular. The jagged cliffs leading into the Atlantic Ocean and one of the oldest lighthouses in the whole world.
We were just wandering around the Tower of Hercules and we found the compass. It's a huge compass out on the side of the cliff, I suppose you could say, and apparently it's separated into 8 regions where the Celtic tribes split up and moved. Some of those places being Scotland, Isle of Man, Wales, even Turkey, and they all have a different sort of symbol on them, but it's a big compass. It's not telling me where I should go. I'm gonna call this the biggest compass in the world. It has the most amazing views as well with the water. I can imagine the coastal walk is going to be really nice. Are we going to do a coastal walk?
I'm not sure. Can you use the compass and find me the beach and the bar?
That way. The compass has led us to one of the beaches. The walks are amazing, the water is so blue, but we forgot our swimming trunks and
didn't bring our bikinis.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Salud.
Salud.
I was not expecting the watercolour to be this blue in a city. Normally you have a city beach and it's a little bit average, but here it's just something else.
And the water sand looks so white there as well, look.
We really did need to bring our bikinis. We 100% needed the bikinis, but we have found what we were after. This is the Estrella Galicia, which is the beer of the region of Galicia, and it is basically a rival for the Estrella that they do in Barcelona.
Is it good?
It's always good when you've walked for like 30 minutes in the hot sun. It's extra nice. It's quite light. I think Barcelona might have some competition. Wow. Thank you very much. Gracias. Thank you. Thank you.
Not only did we come here for the Estrella Galicia, we also came here for the Paella, and I'm pleasantly surprised the portion sizes are absolutely humongous.
20 euro per person. I don't think that's too bad.
I don't think that's that bad considering what you get, but I'm very, very excited. Let's see.
Considering you're not a seafood lover.
No, I know. This is a big thing.
Because normally you seafood and eat it.
Okay. pleasantly not too fishy. It kind of tastes like the one that I would cook. I think I could cook a good paella. Very, very nice. On the beachfront with my Estrella Galicia. Perfecto.
There's a little bit of everything going on in here, and for someone that is trying to ease his way into seafood, I'm gradually improving my seafood eating. We've got some prawns, we've got some scallops, we've got some mussels, we've got some cuttlefish. I'm going to get a bit of the...
This is your first time ever trying cuttlefish?
I've never tried cuttlefish.
How exciting!
Before, so let's do it. It's good.
Is it fishy?
No, not fishy at all. It's a little bit chewy. Flavour's great. It's almost got a bit of a smoky flavour going on. You cannot come to Spain and not try a paella. And for someone that doesn't like seafood so much, that was still exceptionally good. So fresh. 20 euros each for minimum of 2. I suppose you could have a big one, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you if you wanted. And the beers were only 2 euros each, which is so cheap considering it was really the only place to have food on the beachfront. But now we are walking back to the Sky Princess and we are leaving the marina with the uniquely designed glass buildings. It's actually nicknamed the Glass City, and back in the day fishermen used to live in all these buildings behind the marina, and they would tie their boat right underneath the arches. Hello. Hello. Thank you.
7 days on board the Sky Princess has come to an end, and it's a very difficult one to sum up. It was like a little taster of the places that we visited and ones that you'd want to visit again. Absolutely thoroughly enjoyed Guernsey, Ile de Ré, La Rochelle, Bilbao, A Coruña. They each offered something different, and it was our first time on board a cruise ship, so the experience itself was amazing. We're so glad we got the opportunity to do it. On our final night we had dinner at the wine makers table. It was very special. We were all together with set dishes and specific wines. It was like extremely fancy because you had to like match your wine with your food. Very unlike us. Cheers. Cheers.
My pleasure. Thank you.
A great experience, and we really didn't want to leave. Food, the drinks, the people, everything was amazing. We hope that you have enjoyed the series of cruising, but we are now in a new destination which we are super excited to show you, so we will see you in the new destination in the next one.